Hello, welcome to Migrant Stories, Tales from the Gambia Diaspora. This is where we bring focus on Gambians living abroad, the lives that they live, their triumph, their trials, their community. And I am very excited today to witness firsthand, in real time, how Gambians living in Springfield, Illinois form their communities and what activities they do. I've had footage of that, and you're going to see it later on, how exciting it was to have everybody together in one of our members' home to gather to celebrate, to dance to music. You're going to see people who were dancing as well. Today I have members who have been here for the longest time. We have here Brother Ibrahim, who is an American but has been part of our community, and he has a Gambian wife as well. I have my own mother-in-law who is here with us visiting. I have our dad, who was a very prominent member of our community back in the Gambia. He was a principal. I have here also Aisata. I have Saida joining us newly in Springfield, Illinois. So today this is going to be a conversation about why it is important that we form a community wherever we are. We come here as individuals. We left our families back home, but we want to have a support system wherever we are, right? And this is our support system. This is when you come, you want to find people who can guide you, who can be your family. So this is going to be in English, but also in Mandinka, because my mother-in-law doesn't speak English. So Mero memin kachala jambi wolong nkabadi ya min tilinyola min botana Gambian nata bedawda ni bintolle bi jama America bari ila na kono wati kamin fo wona e nyaabo so de kontano sto gameno no nyomuta ja nyame baka so memin kachala wolong itala miro munati jannie na jam mila expectation of it mbol be kachala but mbada ta brother Ibrahim dala brother Ibrahim, before you were able to meet a single Gambian, have you heard about the Gambia?
Oh yes.
You have. What did you hear about it?
Well, as you know, as a kid, when I was like 10 and 11 years old, I read the book Roots, and I also watched the miniseries. Okay. And as a kid, you know, like learning about that history, it was my dream actually to go to Gambia since I was 10 years old. Yeah. You know, and you know, so I've always like studied and learned, you know, about the history and you know, like the you know, the people and the different cultures and you know, different ethnic groups there. You know, learned about you know, like I guess the political situations and things like that. And you know, over the years, I've always kind of somehow kept up with the Gambia. You know, even when President Jamia, you know, when he first, you know, came into power in 1994, you know, I was kind of really a big fan. You know, I was, you know, really kind of proud of him because we're kind of like close to the same age. And, you know, I over the years, I kind of kept up, you know, with what was going on and, you know, had hopes and, you know, for the good of the Gambia, you know, that it would develop. And, you know, in the beginning, you know, President Jammeh, you know, he had a lot of good, you know, intentions for the country and stuff.
Okay. How did you get to meet your Gambian community here? When was the first time you have come into contact with a Gambian, and how did you get to join this community?
Well, the first time in Springfield, because I actually met, you know, someone from the Gambia back when I lived in the St. Louis area. But in Springfield, I met your husband, Antamanu, and Brother Majidi in the mosque. You know, that was the first time we met. I think that was back in 2018 or something like that. Yeah, around sort of close to the beginning of the fall, not quite the fall, but right before the fall of 2018 was when I first met, you know, like members from the Gambian community. And you know, it's like when I met your husband and Majidi, it was like, for me anyway, I felt it was just an instant connection. You know?
What was the connection there? What did you recognize in them that drew you in?
I don't know. It's like, you know, of course, you know, all of us are Muslim, you know, but it's just, you know, like when I talked to him, I just felt just connected. Like, man, these are my long lost cousins, you know, that I've been separated from. I mean, that was pretty much the connection that I had.
Yeah.
And at that time also, I had recently taken a DNA test, and I had matched with the Fulani tribe. I matched with some people that were Fulani. We were like DNA cousins, according to the results. And also, like I did a few other tests, and it said that the tribe that I most strongly, matched to or related to was the Fulani tribe.
Yeah, and now you're married to a Fulani from the Gambia. We'll get to how you met. We get to that part of your encounter with the Gambians. But my next question is to my husband. So fondly, we call him the mayor. He used to be the alcalde of Springfield. But now I have elevated him to a mayor position. And the reason for that is because right now you are the longest staying member of the Gambian community here in the Springfield. How did you get to have this community?
Do you want me to speak English or?
You can speak in Mandinka if you want.
Well, let's do English. It's been a long time since I got here. Recently, I celebrated 10 years in Springfield, and I've came here with a group of people who were all students like me, and we've graduated and they left. But I stayed here for one reason or the other, I don't know, but I feel at home at Springfield, and then every year new people keep coming and they keep us company here. Some of them stay, some of them leave, but we built a vibrant community, a small one, but it's been vibrant and supportive to all of us. So I think that I just found myself in Springfield, and it's home for me.
Yeah. So this is home. I have realized when I came, I felt home I felt at home as well because of how well I was embraced by the people that were here. But I know that it is not by chance that communities like this are formed. It takes deliberate action. It takes effort. So what kind of efforts do you guys put together to make sure that everybody here recognize each other as a family, as a member of our community, that we hold together and we support one another? What kind of activities do you guys do?
So when anybody comes to town, we make sure that we introduce them to the other members of the community. And we always try to get in touch, and we try to show them how we started and what got us to where we are today. Most people come here to go to school, and all of us were here in school. So we try to bring that connection together through school, and we do community activities. We're a small community but very vibrant. Like I said, we stay in touch. Every weekend we will have get-togethers at people's houses, or we will go to the park, celebrate every little achievement of members of our communities. So that is how we just kept the community together. And when we have our traditional holidays, we celebrate as well. Religious holidays, we celebrate together. Because America provides that opportunity to be yourself, to celebrate who you are, but to also be part of the American success story.
Yeah. So we are all gathered here here today at Brother Ibrahim's house. Why are we here today? What is happening today?
Well, what is happening today is we have new members of our community that joined us, and Ibrahim's wife also importantly joined us from the Gambia, and we thought that it would be a good opportunity to come together as a family, welcome the new students, welcome Ibrahim and his wife. That's why we decided to come to their home. So that is the celebration we do, and next time we will do it at somebody else's place if they have something like we celebrate each other. That's what we do.
Yeah. Thank you very much. mero ko ning alfal be dame to la ta diamu fa so wala tina mekka cha continent la dinni wala lan sina la bom alfal. I said, when did you come to the United States?
I came in December 2001.
Yeah. So you are fairly new here.
Yes.
But you are not new to this community.
Sure.
There were some of us that you have met
Yes.
prior to your coming to the United States.
Exactly.
Some faces are pretty new to you, but everyone is now family.
Exactly.
When you were coming to the United States, what sort of expectations did you have?
Okay, I came as an international student and mainly to pursue my studies. However, I knew I have people that are here that will support me when I come, because coming to a place that is totally new and not knowing anyone can be very overwhelming. But even prior to coming, I was in contact with a lot of people that are already here, and they told me, just come, we will support you, because to be honest, it was not easy. Everything was not laid for me on a silver platter, but the people that I had here assured me that when you come, we will support you, and they did. They own up to everything that they told me prior to coming. And I even think they exceeded those expectations that I had, because it's coming, having to do with even taking you to go do your grocery, picking you from the airport, the community here does that for you, giving you accommodation when you get here, because you cannot just come and find accommodation. They provide all that. They support you emotionally, because leaving your family behind to come here is not easy. You're given the emotional, the mental support, and it's really amazing. The people here, it's just home away from home, to be quite honest. Yes.
So when you're leaving the Gambia, it's like you left your entire agency behind.
Exactly.
You've uprooted yourself and you come to a new community, and you have, your expectations cannot be that high because you don't know what you're getting into. What is, at this point in time, do you feel like you're at home?
I feel pretty much at home, because it's like you have sisters, you have brothers, cousins, mothers, grandparents.
Yeah.
So it's like this is home away from home, because we all do pretty much the same thing. Everyone is united. We help each other. People help each other here. People support each other. People live. Everyone is busy. We know how it is out here. Everyone is busy, but people give time to each other. You call someone, I need to do this. They leave all what they're doing and support you. I have people take me to bus stations as early as 6 a.m. when it's snowing, when the weather is really not conducive, but people leave all what they're doing to support you. So this is basically home away from home, because what you need from a family is support. That is one of the things that you truly need in a family, and that is exactly what we have here. So it's just pretty much home away from home.
Yeah. Do you think if you haven't found the kind of community that you found here, if you had to go at it by yourself, would it have been possible?
I pretty much don't think so, because going around here without a car, knowing where places are, I don't think I would have been able to do it. I'm being honest, because the reason what really motivated me to come is because I knew I have people that I will find here. And when I came, I found the right people that are supportive in all aspects.
Yeah. Say that.
Yes.
Again, welcome to Springfield.
Thank you.
Seem to be the newest member of our community, except for Isatu. You've just joining us, but of course you must have your experience. What have you experienced since you've been here?
Thank you very much for having me here. And I think, I am sure I am very excited to be here. Simply because I had prior experience, which is completely different from the experience that I got here. I went studies overseas prior, and the challenges I faced there were completely.
Where did you go to study?
I was in Sweden.
Okay.
I left, went there in a city that it was only 2 Gambians who was also newer than I was, even in the city there. So I arrived there during the weekend. I could not have access to the keys of my apartment. I have to spend 2 days in the hotel, getting to change my diet, eating foreign food. and not knowing where to head to. It was quite overwhelming, and then I faced quite a lot of challenges, and then I missed home a lot during that period.
Yeah.
But when I came here, okay, prior to coming even, I spoke to some few people that are here. Of course, I knew the feeling would be different, the experience would be different, because I wasn't ready to go through what I went through initially. So I said, at least if I'm going to a place now, it should be somewhere that I have at least people, no matter the number, but at least some Gambians that I would make sure I feel at home, because it's very stressful being away without family.
Yeah.
And I tried that, but what I found here actually beat my expectation.
What did you find here though?
I came immediately from the airport. You were driven down, and then you just come inside your house.
Yeah.
It's like your own home, and it's the dishes that you're used to before you change and adapt yourself. So you found Gambians, and then the most interesting thing that happened was the fact that, once I was announced that, it was announced that a new student came, people came visiting me.
Yeah.
It was like exactly what we do at home. So So it was the same. Everybody left, and then people were coming here and there, and the one that I lived with was like, oh, they came to visit you, they came to say hi.
Yeah.
I felt so much at home, and I felt being part of a community that I know, at least if I live here as well, I will make a contribution to some others who also will come later to make sure that they also feel at home.
Yeah.
So it is quite an interesting journey for me, and I really feel at home here.
Yeah. So apart from those physical nuances to why we form communities, what sort of emotional gain do you have from having this community? Because you just gave a contrast to living somewhere that you know nobody. Now you're here, part of a community, part of a family. What sort of stability does that sense of stability give you? I might have answered the question, but if you can expand on it.
The feeling is just different. Honestly, the feeling is just different. Moving from home, getting to a place where nobody knows you, it's completely different from moving from home and getting to where people have the same cultures with you. They speak your language. They know what you went through before coming. It's the same journey that they took. Because most of us came here as students, international students, and we know the struggle that you do before you actually settle down, we call it. So before you integrate yourself in the system, the procedures that you have to follow, so the feeling is just different if you have people to guide you. So that is exactly that made me, feel very comfortable in this society. It gave me so much positivity, and like I just said earlier, it just beat my expectation. I was expecting this, but not to what I got actually. The support I got from people here, it's amazing.
Thank you very much. Fabi Jan.
Yes.
Pakewa Jan was a principal, an elderly member of our community, a very important member of our community for that matter. Inata Jam, you watch it, and no matter than you monkey, la sila follow the America. But as a Kenyan, la sila follow the Springfield. Moja mali ya jani ya tama eka mimi la wala mkondi mole mimi betubabu kandongala na mirofa na ngol keta ala geroti mole mimi betubabu katu boring la ko di nyino la man time so do nyoye esi hakili janjang so do fanko fondi mo mimi be fay mo so ko na sula ta ma ko la fa ka so do yi bala sikeno kabili na taja ifene je mialo ko aniye mimi ran ngol mankiya kabili na taja ye muneje Gambian no la daji ko la mon ko to anila nyum to.
Well, thank you very much, Madam.
Yeah.
I am excited and very happy. Let me tell you, first of all, I'm a retired civil servant in the Gambia. Retired but not tired.
Obviously.
I am currently principal of Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School, New Yundum. And of course, my mission to, or second mission to US, is to see my son Ismaila. On the eve of the Tobaski, I said, let me go and enjoy, the Tobaski with them. So I came here only 2 days before the Tobaski. When I arrived the following day, The first thing that I was definitely amazed, Gambian community, vibrant Gambian community in the Springfield here, they all came in their numbers, some with their mothers, like the like of your husband's mother, who is with us here, and others with their wives. Oh, it was so amazing. And then of course, I was not expecting that type of reception, warm reception in the US here. So, Madam, it was a very, very, very amazing, mission to Springfield here, because people that came to see me, the following day, Tobaski, we went to the Central Mosque and performed, the Eid prayers there, and then after Eid prayers, we all assembled another big house and in front of your husband's compound, where we were having a barbecue for almost 6 hours. And then, when time for prayers come, they asked me to lead the prayers. One thing I was not expecting. In the past, I thought, the Gambians in the diaspora, they were poisoning our mind just to mislead us. But on the whole, when I arrived here, I found that you people, you are in the right track, because your being to America here doesn't change your culture, your religion. You perform your prayers, and then you solidarity among yourself is very strong. Sympathy. That was amazing. And then, of course, from here, again, I had another Gambian vibrant community in Minnesota. And then I was invited to go and see them. Oh, there again, the same reception, the same red carpet welcome was accorded to me. I spent 2 days there, but it was again amazing. And majority of those Gambians in Minnesota, they are from Farafenni. In the Gambia, I am the chairman of the Farafenni Campaign Capo, and my counterpart in the US here is called one Ibu Jafune, the Jack Bantang Diaspora chairman. So I was welcomed, and then barbecues, it was amazing. So I'm really very happy to be here today for this program, madam.
We're very happy to have you here.
Okay.
This is at least one of the first times we have had an elderly person, a male elderly person like yourself coming from the Gambia. We have had some elderly women, but this is the first time to have you. And it has added even more vibrance to our community.
Thank you.
So we hope to be seeing you here frequently.
Inshallah, for sure.
Sinya jamalom nka mwe ninka futa nyoma wati sakontolo musukunda to mitanyo ya mbetagiro kala nyoya mbedomoro kala nyoya benyoya ya lambendo na mbejanja ekafa ba nyiwe nyabo ba ni munya nyabo kubale muna ya tinna wo Kenya Kenya.
Alhamdulillah eten to selanda maso mbal tendula de nyabo mi jang awrata bakala awrata bakala bidim na jang dewta bake Bapula ko ganda samballa anta dinne kan samballa to ma kala ngolo fumbe na muslimi afo keno la jerba fumbe mun ne keno la jemma bara ngaje bir alay ni ma dum di jan kayro ko ha hana muslimi atanya ani alda mala ko wal be nyo fi abetani na la nyame nal be ntada men do safo kun na diata biti han lin kilim be jang din na ta jani biti ma han lin kilim juma sala na men den jama moto Iben sambala janoto mesal ni pata janoto sa ko bile mo siata kununti ila o kontano me mutay banko kanja yar dawo dani beji ni malla fila adot lagi tat lagi ni malla muslimi at lagi tat lagi na muslimi at tarajang na kambe on tarajang nin bota jang nin benta dame nin janjant ngatara kido on pammanka fa ko e bare alla en ko Kenya o nyabo kontano wasante be bakel ana ngaban nasal jang akamun da gombe Gambia bi mo da sal kira do mol ko tanyo ko isa ko su do la janjanta alhamdulillah ngaten to selama ngaten
ko wiye min foja ko mayata bakale ko ndima lafi kela yapi je
ita laji
bayri tata dawada ran ni muminti modo
imodo net ni bata dawada muminti modo net bari ben nay bitam musol tentula alhamdulillah bi alamin ma bala bitam musol besi bo na bitam musol la alhamdulillah ke wa sambono ndi de ben kam moda matraya be salila ni bedde me da mada salla ni bedde me jama'a kala je me jama'a sala yere fa sai bo jange wa ko nyoko basila nyi so safo matangata momo salno pa ka ha ga dol kala ni be la lay safo sali yene la ko ndano wartan bi bay alhamdulillah do wala
sai atol ke bal be ko ko fa la le damen mune atina kuma yata purunga nyomu datende atol la jero mune o kuma yan kan mo ka sotol mi an kawo kibarol mo mo ka ni isudi ate nyon Gambia no la dia mo ka sialo ka ne ka sama bari ntol mo sifa so ta
sila no tu jan ke wa
ha muna ya kuma ya ani muna be kala la ya mo ke mo le jena ba.
Well, Madam, once again, the importance of being together in foreign land cannot be overemphasized. There is a popular saying in Mandinka, so that is precisely what I found here. Gambian vibrant community that I found here. I found them that they are really, although they are in foreign country, but their culture, their religion, and their sympathy to assist each other in their different ceremonies, naming ceremonies, marriage ceremonies, and they collaborate and solidarity. That is their slogan. So I'm really impressed about what I have seen here. And inshallah, I shall be going back to the Gambia. And then I will going to be the jelly bar of the diasporans in the US. What I found here in person in Springfield and also in Minnesota, that let us change our mindset towards you people, because you people, you are really people that who set example, and then we follow. But in fact, what I found here, on the whole, you people, you are on the right track. So once again, I'm very grateful to your husband, Ansumana, and of course, to your mother-in-law, who has been, my njatigi, because almost every 2 other days, either we are at their house or they are at my house. So that, of course, our brother Ibrahim and his beautiful wife, Fatmata. Again, I found the same sort of to express my gratitude to them as well. Because since I came here and I know them about 2 weeks ago at the mosque and his house here. So once again, Madam, I am very much happy and grateful to you.
Thank you so much to you guys. Brother Ibrahim, I'm circling back to you. I'm rounding up now. You have been to the Gambia at least twice. But prior to going there, my husband Ansu and Majidi have been your lands to the Gambia. What have you learned about which when you went to Gambia you have found to be the case there? What sort of Gambian culture, what sort of Gambian attitude, behavior have you seen in Gambia that you have seen in these 2 individuals?
Well, the thing when I was in the Gambia, what I recognized there was the richness of the people. first of all, beginning with the family. You know, you have beautiful extended families, you know, where, you know, like all of the members of the family, they support each other, they help each other, you know, for the good of the family. And also, like in the society at large, you know, the people, you know, there's that connection. You know, I saw people visiting each other, you know, and even myself, you know, being I guess a foreigner there, you know, the people were like really warm and receptive, you know, like here in the U.S., like maybe 30 years ago, it was somewhat in certain parts of the U.S., you know, you had that kind of community, you know, but now it's kind of eroded. But there, you know, it was vibrant, you know, like the community of the people, you know, like helping each other, supporting each other. You know, people are very like generous towards each other, you know, like I've seen people that like they may themselves personally may not have had like a whole lot, but whatever they had, they were willing to share it with others. I mean, that's a beautiful, you know, human, you know, spirit, you know, and I tell you something else that I experienced when I was in the Gambia. You know, this may sound strange, but you know, for the first time in my life, I felt like a human being. I didn't feel like a black person. Like here in America, you know, being born and raised here, you know, you always know that you're black, you know, and the society reminds you of that. You know, but when I was in the Gambia, I felt like a human being. I didn't even think about.
What was responsible for that? What was responsible for that feeling?
It was just, you know, like what I saw around me, you know, the people, you know, they just accepted it, you know, as a human being. You know, they didn't see you as, well, I mean, of course, we are related, you know, but even when they deal with others who are not, you know, like of African descent, you know, they treat people as human beings. They don't look at people as, you know, you're this or you're that. Like here in America, you know, we have this, I guess, somewhat of a caste system, or a racially caste system, you know. You know, you're black, you're this, you're that, you know, but there, I was just a human being. And also, I felt a peace, you know, like I didn't feel rushed. I felt like I could just be at peace and ease. I didn't feel like I had to hurry up and do stuff, you know. I felt like, man, I could just be myself, you know, and just relax, you know. So,
and thankfully, you've been a part of our community, but you are even more so now that you have a Gambian wife, partly Gambian children, hopefully.
Inshallah.
Just last year when...
Well, you know, I tell you what, you know, my wife's children, as far as I'm concerned, they're my children too, you know. You know, I love them, you know, like, I mean, like I gave birth, you know, and, you know, they're my children. Her family is my family. And that's another thing too, you know, like when my wife and I got married, I didn't feel like I just married my wife. I felt like I married into the family. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. You know? I mean, I love my family, my wife's family, or my family, you know. And
which includes us.
Right. And, well, yeah, of course. You know, but I mean, I just love that extended family. You know, I wish that just America at large had that. You know, because like here in America, the families are suffering. You know, whereas in the Gambia, the family is strong and you know it's rich in its strength and love and cooperation, you know, with each other and stuff, you know.
I was just going to say, last year when I had my child here, it felt like I was at home. There were people in the house helping during the naming ceremony. I still have videos, and when I look at them, it reminds me of how strongly we care for each other in this community. And we are hoping that very soon we're going to be having a similar celebration here.
You know, and that's the thing. That's the thing too. I told my wife, you know, I said, you know, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us with a child, I told her, I said, look, if we have children, I want you to just speak only Fula. We will only speak Fula.
That's the question I was driving at.
You know,
I want to know what aspect of the Gambian culture, traditions, you would like to instill or have your wife instill in your children.
Well, you know, first of all, that tradition of the extended family, you know. And the tradition of the community, you know, like family. You know, you have I guess you know, extended family in terms of the, you know, like blood relation, but it also extends into the community. I'd like for her to, you know, like instill those values, you know, the values of of caring for people, you know, like not just like here in America, unfortunately, we tend to be kind of self-centered and selfish, you know. I want her to, you know, teach, you know, our children to not be definitely not that way, but have that way of the Gambia where there's that sense of community, you know, of caring for everyone. You know?
Yeah.
Those are some of the values. And of course, the Islamic values, you know, as Muslim, you know, we definitely hope to instill those values.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, we're going to get to that.
Inshallah.
So I want to say finally, Asu, do you have anything to add to this conversation?
Mon fensoro balfoka mol tentu nani alon ko libe siri jam kafunyol winila dimbal na alfa na menu kata e kana e kan jibe jam e kana e kan yamar fanan wol fanan ke tentu ka duwa fu se me nyaato dol fanan men alon ko be no mo fonse ke mori membe la yamarol moyla fo betani namen ne kan tujan kairo kono ni mutanan entra kairo kono do fananga de jibe kairo kono so Springfield community ka inde contante wa ko ba contante mo be la ko ja.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you, Aisata Mera Barkabade. Fajan. Thank you so much, Brother Ibrahim. So this is it. This is the Gambian community. This is the spirit of the Gambian community, where people are always in support of each other, where we provide the support system that we need here in Springfield, Illinois. And I am sure there are several kinds of these communities everywhere. Pajan has just alluded to the Gambian community in Minnesota. This is just a representation of how Gambians live their lives here in the United States, as far as I have witnessed. And that is what I wanted to just share with you guys. Join us again on Migrant Stories, Tales from the Gambia Diaspora another time. Thank you.